All right. So, how did you get started in screen printing?
When I originally went to school, that was my goal, was to get into screen printing and uh, doing like vinyl decals on cars, signs, things like that. Kind of took a detour for a little while and then had joked around with the vendor that we utilized for our screen printing at one of my jobs. And it eventually happened through a series of very unexpected events that I ended up working for him and doing screen printing and other various tasks relating to promotional products and personalization. The basic format of screen printing has evolved just like anything else in society. Um, Typically, what we would do is create the art on uh, some type of software, be it Adobe, um, Illustrator, Photoshop, or we may end up utilizing Corel Draw. Sometimes customers will send us an image and then it has to be converted into the correct file format. Once you have done that, then you print it out on a big piece of basically acetate. It's a black image, and each color will print out separately on those printouts. And you go downstairs. Well, you go to wherever your station is, and you put on a compound on the screen. You have to determine your screen size depending upon how detailed the image is. You put this compound on there, and then you put on the piece of acetate, and then you put it in a light box, and it basically takes the black part that is printed on the acetate and burns it into the chemical, leaving that area of the screen exposed so that ink can be pushed through the screen onto the shirt. There are other methodologies now that are a bit more environmentally friendly, less caustic, because then once you do finish the screen printing job, you have to what we call killing the screen, which is you take it downstairs, you rinse it out. That involves more chemicals, and you take it to the washout station, wash the screen out real good so that you can utilize it for your next screen printing job.
Is it easy to get into for anybody on any type of scale, whether it be commercial or personal?
It can be. Uh, you learn very quickly that the quality of products you use will um, will determine your outcome. If you buy very cheap products, which there are some products you can buy that are relatively cheap, you may not get as good a quality of a print on a shirt. And it does take practice, just like anything else that you do. You have to practice to be good at it. You have to, especially if you're doing it manually, a lot of shops now use automatic presses, which is after the screen is burned, you put the screens into the automatic press in a certain order with ink in them. And the squeegee comes across robotically through the automatic press, and it has the pressure predetermined and everything like that. But if you are doing it manually, which is a large portion of what I did, you have to learn how to foresee problems, learn how to utilize the correct pressure dependent upon the size of the holes in the screen, because some are tighter knit, tighter woven than others. Um, it just kind of goes from there. It was something I was okay at it, but we had other guys that were absolutely tremendous at it. Um, I preferred embroidery, but I did it when I needed to.
If you wanted to give advice to someone getting into this field, what would you give them? Like, would you tell them to go for it, or would you tell them to, start asking around and kind of figure it out from there?
You can go to school for it all you want, but I feel like until you actually do it, you don't truly understand it. And as you do it, more questions arrive to, because you want to understand the process better. And you need to find someone who's understanding and willing to lend you that almost mentorship. Someone who will let you screw up a little bit and not be hypercritical of you while you are screwing up and learning. And honestly, you're going to learn more through making mistakes than you're going to learn through doing it correctly. But it does feel really good when you finally nail it.